everyone, Danielle here. You might notice that we're starting a little bit late. We're having some technical difficulties. So I am going to have to shut down the stream and then restart everything. So go ahead, get yourself a glass of water, come on back in about 5 or 10 minutes and we'll get things started then. It might be on the same direct link to this Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I hope you are doing well. And for those of you who were patient enough to get through all of my troubleshooting, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking around. And for those of you just coming back in, take your time, it's all good. I promise I will get your crystals on this grid. So if you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and go ahead and set any particular requests that you have for your personal healing. We're going to go ahead and start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid with all of you in mind. And then after that, we're going to transition into a lovely session where I will send Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So if you are returning, thank you for your ongoing support. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're going to have just as wonderful and healing a time. If you're watching this as a video replay and you want to skip ahead to just the Reiki, start looking at about the 1 hour, 15-minute point, or where you see the lights begin to shift, and you can begin your journey there. And for everyone who is here, who is live with me, if you wouldn't mind, if anything goes wrong with the audio or the video, or if things just seem a little off, go ahead and let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I deeply appreciate all your patience. So yeah, let's go ahead into the crystal grid and I'll start saying my hellos. Awesome. So as usual, we have our copper spiral here. Copper helps to break up energy blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going. So let's see who all we have here. And thank you again for all of your patience as I troubleshoot in the background. Kanta, good to see you. Chris, Martha, Patty, T, and Malin. Oh, it's so good to see you all. Thank you so much for all of your patience. Deeply appreciate it. But yeah, it seems like we're cooking with gas now. So let's see what we got. Oh, you're in Virginia right now, Kanta. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I can see all of your previous requests that you already entered. I'll just kind of bounce around, but I'll add them all in. Oh, welcome in, Malin. Oh, this is your first time. Well, you found a wonderful group of people, and I'm not just talking about myself. The people in the chat are amazing. Feel free to go ahead and share as much or as little as you want, if you want, about anything you want some special attention given to. I'll pick some crystals that complement that. We'll put them in the grid. And then before we get into the Reiki portion, I'll explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works and how to get the most out of it. I do currently have a Gertie cat sleeping on my lap. So at some point you will see, you will see the Gertie cat. Oh yeah, everything is, nothing's lost, everything's good. We're just starting a little late. But yeah, Gertie cat is snoring away, so we'll see what's up there. But awesome. So let's see. I'm just going to kind of pick somebody at random. So Martha, we'll start with yours. And yes, the singing cats have been singing all day. So crystals for constipation, kidneys, lungs, better sleep, and better job. Okay, that's a new one for you. Let's do, and that's been a common one for a lot of people though. So let's get things started with Dalmatian Jasper and some Rhodonite and some Picture Jasper and some sunstone and some tourmalinated quartz. Okay, so let's start things off with a little bit of tourmalinated quartz. Black tourmaline is a stone that helps to repel and dispel not so great energy, kind of like Nope, you don't need to repost the request. I can actually see, I was able to save all of the previous posts, so that's awesome. But I'm just going to bounce around one to the other. And so I'm just going to start here. Feel free to request anything you like, and I'll do my best to get to you at some point, but I'll bounce around from person to person. So as I was saying, black tourmaline helps to repel and dispel negative energy. And when it is found going through quartz, it really kind of amplifies that energy and also helps it to be a wonderful stone to break up really old, stuck energy, especially really old, stuck, traumatic energy, and in a way like emotional scar tissue. So this helps with breaking up those patterns from childhood, grounding and releasing nervous energy, as well as fortune and luck. It's very protective of travelers, especially if by car. And most important to us today, this is a superb stone for bringing about new jobs, new gigs, new streams of revenue, new ways of creating financial abundance. So whether you're looking for an additional stream of revenue or something along those lines, or a new job, this is one that can really help. So that's tourmalinated quartz. Another one that can help with bringing in another better job is sunstone. And this is great whether you're looking for a new job or even a promotion at your current job. Orange sunstone is a stone that helps you to kind of shine your brightest and be seen, help you to be recognized. It brings a lot of luck, a lot of recognition too. It also helps with bringing career opportunities and, as I mentioned, opportunities for promotion. It also helps you to kind of put yourself out there and be seen. So if you're, say, self-employed and you want to put yourself out there to attract customers, or if you are going on a lot of job interviews and in a way you're kind of selling yourself as a candidate for that job, this can be really helpful. It's also very protective too, especially of people who would be manipulative around money. So go ahead and put some orange sunstone there. Hey, Affirmation Station, good to see you. And yeah, you can absolutely ask for crystals for other folks too. Absolutely. So for your kidneys, we have some picture jasper. This is thought to support the kidneys. Now, of course, I never recommend using crystals instead of anything. Whatever's working for you, go right ahead. Reiki and crystals, neither of them require you to give one thing up for another. None of them interact with any modern treatments. None of them are meant for replacement. So do whatever works and bring some crystals along with you is kind of how I do it. Picture jasper is helpful not only for the kidneys, but also envisioning a really wonderful turn of events for your future. Like if you're thinking about the future and it seems kind of nebulous and not nailed down, this helps you to see really great potential. Also, it's great for new ventures. So if you're like planning a new business or a new project, this can be really helpful. It's great for moving abroad, experiencing new cultures, new languages too, and seeing the big picture. So if you feel like you've been really stuck in your corner of the world and you want to take in a lot of information and broaden your perspectives and your horizons, picture jasper is wonderful for that. It's also often goes by desert jasper. And you can kind of see why it kind of looks like a desert scene. So let's go ahead and put some of these around. We'll put this here for now. There we go. If we start out kind of even, it goes really well. Okay, cool. Next is rhodonite. This is for support for your lungs. And this is a great stone for lungs. It helps the lungs. It's great for autoimmune stuff, every autoimmune kind of everything, as well as asthma and allergies. I use them for all of the above. But this is also a wonderful stone for, in particular, healing the wounds of a broken heart so you can open your heart to love again. That's whether there's a breakup or a divorce or even grieving the passing of someone. This is helpful for insecurities as well. So also helps to balance the yin and yang energies in the body, and it can be quite helpful for anyone who is healing from emotional abuse. So that is rhodonite. I use that very much for allergies, asthma. It's definitely my my thing. Definitely have those tendencies. And this is Dalmatian jasper. This is wonderful for digestion. It helps with every kind of digestive issue you might have. It's just like we talked about tourmalinated quartz having tourmaline going through it. This is what happens when you have tourmaline going through jasper. We have this kind of what looks like a speckled stone, and it's wonderful for clearing your energy field, your auric field. So in addition to helping clear your auric field, this helps to foster a good space for cooperation and helps to break up cynicism. So I'll bring that in, but that's to support your digestion there. So all the love in the world to you. Good to see you, Martha. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, and I am going to bounce around from everyone's requests. Sorry, things got started a little bit wonky. I appreciate you all. Completion of a project. So for Kanta, completion of a project, freedom, agency, jazzy, happy mojo. I love that. All my energy and health back. I love that too. Successful completion of a project. Gotcha. Okay, let's see. Let's do some mahogany obsidian. So if ever you're looking for a stone to help you complete something, chrysoprase can be excellent, as well as mahogany obsidian. They're both great. This one just also happens to have that it brings a lot of vitality and strength too. So mahogany obsidian helps to, in addition to those, release perfectionism and anger. This is a stone that if you struggle with things like a done something is better than a perfect nothing, if you're someone who feels that you need the approval of someone else for your work to be approved, like validated, or if you just feel like you need someone else to show that your work is valid, you feel insecure on bringing it out on your own, this can be a really helpful stone, but it also definitely helps with meeting goals and getting things done. So let's bring this out. So this is mahogany obsidian. It's so pretty. All obsidian is volcanic glass. And that's whether it's rainbow, whether it's just black obsidian, whether it's snowflake obsidian, it's all volcanic glass. So there we go. So all the best to you, and freedom, agency. That'll definitely help with freedom and agency to a point, because you'll be trusting yourself. And happy mojo. The best one for like freedom, agency, and following your ideas, guidance, wisdom for yourself, like following your own plot in a sense, is yellow calcite. This one is a lot of optimism and joy, but also self-confidence. This is following your sense of where you want to go, what you want to do. It supports everything having to do with the solar plexus chakra. That's self-identity, that's boundaries, that's standing up and saying, this is what I want, and that is what I don't want. It helps with your desires being placed in the driver's seat of decision. So that can definitely help with agency. Feeling totally okay between these two stones, really standing up and saying like, okay, I know what I want and I'm going to go do that thing. And I'm not just going to go do things because that's what everyone else wants. So that can be very helpful. And I think those are the ones. Let me know if it feels like something wasn't touched on there, but I feel like we're good. Hey, Goddess of Four, I hope you're doing well. Seeing a lot of requests for better sleep, and I see one specifically for labradorite. So that's what I'm going to bring in. It's a wonderful stone to help with sleep. It's also great with clairvoyance. That's our spiritual sight. This is a stone that can also help with a lot of detailed attention to things. And I'm seeing what T had requested. Terrible deadline nerves, but potential opportunities are good. Definitely the mahogany obsidian can help. Also, this can help, especially if you're getting those nerves like down to the wire. When you need to do that proofreading, labradorite is one that can help you go through a lot of information or a lot of data or whatever you've been working on and look for errors like with a fine-tooth comb. This can really help with that. It also helps with research and study in general, as well as workplace harmony, which I don't know anyone that doesn't want more of that. But it can also help calm disputes too. So that is labradorite. Labradorite is one of those stones that can look quite different specimen to specimen. Sometimes they're darker, sometimes they're lighter. Okay, so that is labradorite. Okay. And terrible deadline nerves. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and, since I already mentioned chrysoprase, I'm going to bring some of that in because it seems like both the mahogany obsidian and this would be helpful for T and Kanta. So chrysoprase helps with overcoming disappointments as well. Anytime that you need to like make a pivot, sort of like that didn't go the way I wanted, whether it's something small like I really just hope that that project went a little better, all the way up to, oh my goodness, I have to close a business, I have to move, I have to leave a job. Now what? Either way, this helps with that like, okay, and now what type pivot. It also helps with definitely follow through and completion of any kind of goal, or whether it's a big goal like completing grad school or a smaller goal like finishing cooking a recipe, for example. It helps with picking up the pieces after loss too. So it's a good one for if you're getting burnt out too. It's one that when my friends have been in grad school and they get to that point where they're like, why did I go to grad school? Why did I do this to myself? I'm never going to be done. This is the stone that reminds them like, you're farther along than you think you are. You are going to get there. It's okay. So that's definitely really helpful. And also for nerves in general. Let's see. Oh, you had some good requests too. Focus, courage, calm, ability to say the right thing in the most graceful way. Expression and manifestation of creativity and grounding. Something for anxiety might be wise. Definitely. So let's do sodalite. Very much helps with expression. This is expression of anything creative or anything at all. And it's not just through words, although that's huge. It's also through dance, performance, music, any way that you express. This can help make it crystal clear. This is also one of the stones that if you struggle with communication during, say, Mercury retrograde, this can be a wonderfully helpful stone too. It's great too with coming to terms with aging and relieving menopause symptoms as well as homesickness. So we'll bring this in. That's sodalite. And there's one more I want to bring in because you mentioned courage and expression. And that is blue tiger eye. This is calm, ease, and bold communication. This is hitting a lot of notes that you mentioned. So we normally think of golden tiger eye. Well, this is what it looks like when it's more blue. So there we go. I'm going to try to, let's see. These are a little darker, so it's harder for the cameras to kind of pick it up, but there we can see it. So that is blue tiger eye. This helps with big, powerful communication, public speaking, but even more to the point, like facts over feelings. Like, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. I understand you feel that way. The data is different. Like that kind of conversation. It also helps to protect the truth tellers, but it is very calming while encouraging you to speak your truth calmly, firmly, boldly. So this can be very helpful. Hey, Korakar, I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. So that is Blue Tiger Eye. And also with anxiety, yeah, let's bring in some anxiety love. Let's bring in our favorite green calcite. This is very calming, reassuring, and in addition to reassuring, oh, Gertie, you going? Yeah. Gertie's gonna go take a nap on the floor. This can really help with not only the anxiety in and of itself that you're experiencing in the emotional side, but the tension it can tend to bring to our physical bodies that we tend to hold on to. It helps to unwind that. It's also great for lifting the mood, having a little laughter at your own expense if needed. So that is green calcite. Actually, let's put these here. You know what? Let's put... There we go. Awesome. So glad that you are here. Oh, and you requested some other stones too. Oh, we got 2 of them already. Let's do Caribbean blue calcite. And Bumblebee Jasper. Bumblebee Jasper is, I never recommend putting stones in water and then drinking the water. I know a lot about the gem industry and I know not to, but especially this one. This has sulfur and arsenic in it, so do not lick the Bumblebee Jasper. But it is a very powerful, potent healer. It brings in a lot of physical energy and vitality and a ton of mental focus. It's great for decision making and empowering manifestation, whatever that is for you, whatever you're calling in, as well as collaborative and group work and kind of like, let's get to work. I can't wait to dive in. So if you've been feeling lethargic about things or kind of stuck, this can be very, very helpful. It's also really positive and it gives a lot of courage, motivation, and confidence. So that's Bumblebee Jasper. And aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. We haven't used this in a little while. This is 2 types of calcite together. The aragonite, or the tan portions, are connected with our Earth Star chakra, and that's beneath our root, and that's where we enact our soul's purpose. All the actions we take and things we do that bring us farther along on our soul's purpose. The blue, the Caribbean blue calcite, is connected with the soul star, which is above the crown, way above the head. That is our connection to all of the highest potential that we have. And so being connected to that and having a sense of like almost like a spiritual North Star that we can connect with and on a very subtle level say like, I feel like I need to do this. I feel like I need to do that. And then having the aragonite to help us enact that, it's a very potent combination. So we'll bring this in too. So that is aragonite and Caribbean blue calcite. So all the best to you, and I hope it all goes well, T. Awesome. Okay, cool. Ooh, you're going to Salem? Oh, awesome, Korakar. I actually have a grad of mine that used to be a barker up there and was a reader up there, but she's since moved. But yeah, something to help you shine while you're there is definitely the orange sunstone, which I've already added. One of the things it does is it kind of like lifts your prominence and helps you to like be seen. It also brings a lot of luck, recognition, and in a sense, like luck, recognition, but also kind of like a confidence boost too. So I hope that that helps. I'm going to think if there's anything else to shine at your best. Got a lot of confidence stones in there. Let's do some ruby. This is courage to be yourself. And in addition to courage to be yourself, it also helps leadership and management skills. But really, the courage to be ourselves is, I mean, you shine just as you are. So I think that this will help you have the courage to keep going with it. So that's ruby. Ruby also helps love, fertility, and it's thought to help things like fibromyalgia. So that is ruby. Good to see you, Korakar. We had some wild rainstorms here in Philadelphia just a little bit ago. In the time it took me to quickly go outside and around the corner to the building's washer dryer, the sky opened up. It was something. So let's see. Oh, Catherine, you've got smoke going on again. Oh, no. Wonder if you have anything for migraine and asthma for the smoke. Asthma, absolutely. We have rhodonite is here. That's very helpful for asthma. It's very, very helpful for asthma. I'm also going to bring in some emerald, which is great for every aspect of breathing. It's also wonderful for reigniting our passions in life. It helps to restore confidence about our appearance too. So that is emerald. It's great for healing skin and tissue as well. So that'll help you with breathing. And headache, migraine, absolutely. I'm going to bring in some pink tourmaline because I did see another request that pink tourmaline would be good for. Let me just see if I can find it. We got off to an awkward start today because the stream had something was fouled up in the encoder. Hey Fiat Luna, good to see you. Leo season? Ooh, good call. Goddess of 4. Well, anyone who has, let's see, anyone who has any nerve pain, migraine, hormone imbalances, or any kind of gynecologic issue, pink tourmaline is for you. It can also help with muscle weakness, as well as spinal injuries and even mother-baby bonding. So this is a good one for headaches. So all the best to you. And Martha, yesterday you went to visit a friend. She has a little dog who's getting closer to the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, gotcha. That's jet. So jet is an excellent stone of grief and loss, especially someone close to you, like a spouse or a parent. It can also help to protect against really nasty energy, even like paranormal type stuff. But when it comes to hospice and being close to someone's passing, whether it's an animal or a human, this can be a really helpful stone to ground the fear and aid the transition to be peaceful and aid the grieving process to be productive and allow someone to be within their grief and feeling it without shutting down to it. So that is jet. Jet is actually a type of fossilized wood. It's wood that's been fossilized very quickly through high heat, nearly always a volcano. So all the luck to your friend. I'm so sorry. Crystals for Malin. We have crystals for kindness, chronic pain relief, and cramping. Gotcha. So one that's good for pain and inflammation is lapis. And since we have so many requests today around career, I think it could be really good for that too. In addition to pain and inflammation, lapis can be very, very helpful when it comes to integrity, follow through, disorganization, honest, open communication, deep truth, honesty, career improvement for sure, and anything with the inner ear, which is balance related and hearing related. So this can be helpful. And another stone that I often use for pain is actually celestite, which we've been using quite a bit for angelic connection. And I see that Affirmation Station requested some angel stones. So let's bring that in. Celestite is a very high vibrational stone, and it changes our awareness of our physical body because we're kind of more focused on our spiritual body, which changes our experience of pain. It's also wonderful for calling on our angels and our spirit guides and feeling their guidance all around us. This is a particular stone that helps with, if you've ever had difficulty telling apart which is a fear, which is a thought, and which is an intuition or a guide or some kind of intuitive guidance. Like, am I just like afraid of this, or am I getting the sense of like this could be in my worst interest? This can help you suss that out. So that's celestite. So this brings your angels close and can help with pain. So celestite and cramping, and let's do that. So for cramping, there's a few stones that can be helpful, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in some septarian. This aids with muscle pain and spasm, and it also helps with healing the skin, especially if you have any kind of wounds or anything that are giving you difficulty healing. It can help with emotional stuff too in a tremendous way. When we are doing some really deep emotional work or self-improvement work, we can really start to get to the depths of things. We can feel safe to feel vulnerable and really get to the heart of the matter. We can start to better understand the underlying thoughts and habits and beliefs that we have, what they're rooted in, things that are flavoring our experience that may not be based on actual fact, so we can reevaluate them. It helps with supporting your solar plexus, which is your center of self-identity, and it can be very helpful for anything that has to do with like, wait, who am I? What am I? But for muscle cramps and spasms, this is superb. So there we go. I have a lot of muscle pain myself, so I find that that stone is really helpful for me. And for kindness, let's see. Let's bring in some honey calcite. This is great for optimism in even most difficult of times, but this is also a stone that helps to attract really good people all around us. It also helps us to kind of be one of those people too. This can really help us to show up in that way and attract people that are really balanced with who we are here and now. This is a stone that balances our solar plexus, our center of self, and our center of relationships and how we relate to the people around us. So this helps attract really good people into our life based on who we are here and now. So that is some honey calcite. And we're also going to have some stones that come out that are helpful with releasing things like anger, resentment, and stuff like that, and frustration. That can help make us more kind too. So thank you for being here. So let's see what else we have. Let's see. I'm going to jump right up to Chris's requests. So you're welcome. You're welcome, Malin. Oh, dragon's blood is an incense? Yeah, it is a really nice incense too. And it's often used ceremonially. Jennifer Vatsa would know all about that. That's her thing. Okay, so so Chris, you requested rose quartz, carnelian, garnet, green aventurine. Garnet. Garnet is great for those of you who have things that you need to get finished up or starting something new. Garnet is a stone that helps with courage as well as creativity and practicality, finding how to get all the things done in the best possible way with the least amount of time and effort expended. It helps with finding balance and strength when you've got a lot of change going on too, and it's great for organization. So that's garnet. It's a very, very Capricorn stone, and I am a Capricorn sun sign. So if you are changing up your routine and you're trying to figure out the best way to do new things or the best way to do old things, either way, garnet can be very helpful. Rose quartz we're all familiar with. This is a wonderful stone for the heart center, the heart chakra, helping to fill the heart with unconditional love. It's also one that allows us to more easily let go of things that no longer serve, because it reminds us that very consistent loving energy is in fact all around us, and we can be open to it. So absolutely love it for that. It can be very soothing when we are in any time of grief as well. It can be intense, but intense in overall a good way. Green aventurine is a stone that helps kind of warm your heart and say, you've come a long way. Have you realized how far you've come? You can set your goals a little higher now. It's also a stone that helps with allergies, heart rhythms, eye problems, fertility, and encourages you to learn things that you might even find intimidating. Things like a foreign language or learning about tech or anything that you just think is like, oh, I can't do that. This is the ultimate cure for, oh, I can't do that. Get some green aventurine. It'll remind you like, oh, yes, I can do that. So we'll put that in there. Carnelian helps with the sacral chakra. That is the center of relationships, how we relate to the people and the world around us, and all relationships, but especially romantic. So this can help you to attract a romantic partner. It can help with issues around fertility, sexual function and dysfunction, as well as sexuality, and also just how you get along with other folks. On a physical level, it's great for allergies, cold, and physical healing, like skin healing too. And it's wonderful for things like IVF and fertility treatments too. It's also helpful for just holding good space if you're trying to make better relationships in a space, like whether it's family, colleagues, coworkers. Having some carnelian around can really help. It's a really potent stone. Also helps with creativity. So we'll bring that in. Okay. And we've got emerald. Let's bring in the citrine and the pyrite. Citrine and pyrite are both helpful for calling in financial abundance. I don't know anyone that can't use that. I've got an impending move that I didn't necessarily want to have to make, so I could use it too. But yeah, citrine is a wonderful stone for calling in financial abundance. It helps with not only calling it in and bringing it in, but also making good financial decisions. It's wonderful for balancing logic with intuition as well. And it's helpful for fibromyalgia and nausea. This is a stone that can help with addictions and compulsions as well. So I'm going to bring that in. Okay, and pyrite is fool's gold, but we like to think of it as calling in the real gold. It's very much aligned with calling in financial abundance. It's also helpful for the lungs, for dealing with fever, and it's very helpful for the brain, particularly memory. It's also a stone of very strong energetic protection, especially if you are working with anything intuitive. This is a stone that helps to enhance your intuitive gifts while also protecting you from any energies you don't want to contend with. So let's see. Good. We're going good so far. We are a little bit behind because we had a rough start. So thank you everyone for your patience. And I will continue to fold in the requests that you made, Chris. So let's do Moonstone, Rhodochrosite, Blue Apatite. I'll keep folding these in too. In fact, the next one I'll put in is going to be Sapphire. This also is another one that helps with angelic connection, as well as intuitive connection, especially when it comes to things like channeling and mediumship. Very potent for that. This helps with understanding our angels and just feeling them around us, and also helps to expedite things like justice. It helps with protecting the thyroid. It's thought to help with dementia, both for the person with it and everyone who loves them and is part of their care team, as well as the eyes and ears. So that is Sapphire. And that's what Sapphire looks like when it's raw. So awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, great. Catherine, you were asking for the citrine and pyrite too. Awesome. You and Chris both doubled up on that. That works well. We are always so in sync. Okay, let's see. Crystal recommendations for Leo season. Give me one moment. I was working on a list of stones by astrological signs, so I'm just going to go ahead and I actually added it to the crystal shop, so I'm going to go ahead and search there for what I put under Leo. Let's see. Normally the first stone that comes to mind is orange sunstone for Leo. Yeah, it's not quite coming up for me here. Let me try one more place. Ah, I was right. So on the list, another stone for Leo, carnelian. Carnelian. Very much a sacral chakra kind of place. So yeah, carnelian, which is here, and orange sunstone. So I hope that helps. And healing for planet, joint pain, healthy teeth, and mental health. Gotcha. Joint pain and healthy teeth, howlite. Howlite is wonderful for bones and the integrity of the bones, as well as teeth, the joints, and even hair too. Here we go. That is howlite. So this is one that can help with anger, frustration, and resentment. And I think I was mentioning Malin when I brought that up. This also is wonderful for any kind of joint pain, tooth issues, stuff like that. So we'll bring this in. This is our favorite stone for joint pain for sure. So that is white howlite. I have a lot of bone issues. My bones are quite weak. And so this is one I work with a lot, along with, of course, taking my calcium supplements and changing diet and weight-bearing exercise and all the other things I can do. So, and let's see what else. Hey, Vincent. Yeah, financial abundance, bring it, absolutely. Mental health, that's right, okay. And healing for our planet. Let's do both. And Kitty Gertie is going to reposition herself. Okay. So for healing the earth, let's bring about some Kambaba stone. Kambaba stone often goes by the name Kambaba jasper, but it's not a jasper. It's fossilized blue-green algae, and this is a superb stone for connecting with nature and for helping heal the planet and heal the earth, as well as increasing the yield of crops and helping plants grow in general. It's wonderful for courage and confidence, and it helps meditation as well. Also helps if you're doing any kind of ancestor work. It does help ancestor connection. It's very much a stone that can help you feel connected to your ancestral home as well, if that's something that you're looking to connect with. And wonderful for everything about environmental issues. So that is Kambaba stone. Okay. And for mental health, let's go ahead and bring in some lepidolite. This helps to soothe, calm, and understand the emotions. And it helps to bring attention to things like patterns of thought and things that kind of need to be looked at again and maybe released. Lepidolite is actually lithium. Yeah, like the mental health medication. Absolutely. That has been prescribed in modern medicine since the 1940s. It's been used since the ancient Greeks. They would just put people who had mental health issues in a field and tell them to go suck on stones that had lepidolite in it. I implore you not to do that in modern times, because lithium absolutely does have an impact on the physical body, and it doesn't impact everyone the same way. Energetically, this is a wonderful stone to carry around in your pocket, whether you get the mica version that looks kind of like this, or if you get a more solid version. Either way, it's a very helpful stone for mental health, even if we just use the energy of it and not ingesting it or imbibing it. So we've got that for sure. So thank you for being here, Goddess of Four. It's wonderful to see you. And, oh, Patty has some good ones there too. So let's do Dragon's Blood. I did find it. Bloodstone. Tree Agate. Red Tiger Eye. Honey calcite's there. Epidote Fuchsite. Aquamarine. Aquamarine is helpful for the teeth and gums as well. And it can help with forgiveness, as well as deflecting really like petty behavior, Karen-ish behavior, if you will. It's helpful for bringing about justice as well. And it's wonderful for all of the fluids in the body too. So that is aquamarine. Bloodstone is one of my emotional stuff hits the fan stone. It's a stone that helps lift despair. It brings a lot of emotional perseverance when you're going through a tough time, and it helps to relieve a lot of self-doubt. It's also great to help to clear the mind and calm the mind when you're meditating, if you find that your mind kind of runs away from you. So that is bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope. Depending on where the crystal book you might be reading is from, you may see it listed more as heliotrope, because I've noticed books in the UK, they tend to call it heliotrope more. There we go. Epidote helps with illness and injury, as well as negative self-talk. So if you tend to talk down to yourself, this can be a really helpful stone. Also helps us to connect with the fairy realm. It's great for the nervous system and for the brain and Parkinson's. So that's Epidote. Let's see. Fuchsite helps bring in a lot of fun. This encourages you to have fun, to let loose and just channel the joy of the universe. That can be very helpful and restoring to us, but it can also help you to connect with and heal your inner child. It's also a wonderful stone for sleep issues, spinal alignment, and carpal tunnel. So that is Fuchsite. So we'll put that here for now. Red tiger eye is very protective, and it helps to attract financial abundance in a hurry if you happen to need it that way. This helps with protection on the mundane level, so that's picking on, bullying, gaslighting, that kind of stuff, and on the spiritual level, so psychic attack or malevolent spiritual work, either one, red tiger eye, very, very helpful. And look at this, we're crowding up early tonight. Goodness. Go. And we did have a request from Chris for iolite, for blue apatite, and we have one for iolite too. Blue apatite helps with, as the name would suggest, funnily enough, our relationship with food. Also losing weight or gaining weight, whatever the case might be for you. But even if you just want to have a better relationship with food, whatever that looks like to you, this supports it. It also helps to strengthen your energy field, which makes you a lot less prone to taking on the energy of others. It also helps illuminate our soul's purpose and our soul's path, and helps give us a lot of courage to walk that walk along our soul's purpose. It's also helpful for harmony and peace. So we'll bring in the blue apatite. I'm actually going to go ahead and take the green calcite and just move it right off of here so we have a little bit more room. There we go. And rhodochrosite helps with mother-baby bonding, as well as healing those mother-child wounds later in life. It can help with asthma too. This is also good for the lungs, as well as heart and circulation, and telepathy, and journeying as well, any type of mediumship or channeling too, especially if it's to deceased ancestors or animal companions. It's also good for stress headaches too, so that is rhodochrosite. Awesome. And we got Septarian tree agate. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science of yoga. And in Ayurveda, we think of the chakras, we're kind of familiar, at least familiar-ish with the concept of chakras, but that's just the big parts. The entire system also goes all the way down into how energy moves throughout the body in a system known as the Nadi, N-A-D-I in English. This is thought to harmonize that flow of energy throughout the body for optimal well-being and balance, regardless of what types of imbalances you may have started off with. This is considered tridoshic, or good for everyone, regardless of their tendencies in balance and imbalance. So this will help with general all over physical body wellness. And we have chalcopyrite. This can help with a great number of things. We've been learning about it. I've been learning about it. I haven't been able to write up a thing on it like I usually like to and organize my thoughts. But chalcopyrite, which is the gold here, it also goes by peacock ore, and over time it can oxidize and turn purple and blue. This is one for everything from finding things that are lost to finding your true self and everything in between. It's a wonderful stone of illumination and balance, and it's surrounded by clear quartz, which makes everything more focused and more powerful. So we've got chalcopyrite and dragon's blood. We've got Gertie was not happy about me grabbing this. Okay, so the stone, this is a stone called dragon stone or dragon's blood, and it's very new to me. And so we found some information about it in this beautiful book by, Philip Permut. This is the Crystal Healer Volume 2. This is great for strength and courage in times of change, the central nervous system, thyroid, skin, hair, and nails, as well as helping you to see the beauty in life again. Helps to break up self-pity, develop patience, learning from mistakes. So that is dragonstone or dragon's blood. Sometimes you'll see dragonstone and it will show you septarian. So just to kind of point out that they are different stones and they go by different names. So I'm going to bring this one in. I'll get to as many as I can, and I'll try to come back for all the other ones too. Let's see. Oh, it's 9:17 already. I'm so sorry we started late. Okay. Yes, actually a crystal for bringing up, opening the inner child in us to be happy and childish. Absolutely, that's fuchsite. This allows us to really not only bring that up, but to connect with that child and to invite us to, in our current present state, have that connection to play and fun and just allowing to let go and not think of, oh, but I have all these other grown-up things to do. It helps us really connect to that very childlike place within ourselves. So this will absolutely do that. Yeah, so okay, so I'm going to do my best to peek through here, see if I overlooked anyone. Healing for hubby's body pain. Yeah, that's another pain one. We put in lapis and celestite for pain. So let me know if it's any specific pain too. I can add more, but there's definitely pain stones in there. So I hope that helps. You know what I can add for pain? Another pain stone is malachite. In addition to pain and inflammation, this can help arthritis too. But it's great for processing really painful emotions and moving those through the heart center so that we can move forward and embrace things that are more in alignment with where we're going. So the bitter letting go of things. And definitely as I do the tarots for all 12 signs this month, I'm seeing a lot of a theme of letting things go that no longer serve. This is a stone that can really help with that on the emotional side of things. Also helps with phobias too. So we'll bring this in. Let's see, I have a smaller piece. There we go. So there's malachite. Okay. Just taking a peek. Okay, so I think I got everything. So, Chris, for your request around grief that I saw is here. Jet will definitely cover that. And for your friend with the connection to mother, rhodochrosite too. Add something. Heart, it's good to see you. Oh, we had technical glitches getting in for sure. Septarian we have, honey calcite we have. We'll do rainbow moonstone. Blue apatite is in here, and something for separating family stress, taking on energy of others. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this, and we'll do and rainbow moonstone. Awesome. And then we'll start the Reiki. Rainbow moonstone, and this will help Korakar as well, actually. This is a stone, so labradorite and moonstone are very closely related. And this is sort of in between both. So this is rainbow moonstone as a trade name and as a common name. Jewelers might refer to this more as white labradorite. It's actually a little closer to labradorite. This is a stone that helps us get closer to things like channeling, connection to spirit, real divine connection. If you're someone who does any kind of intuitive work for others or for yourself, but especially if it's for others, this helps you to be deeply connected to your spirit guides and bring that information through. Very helpful for being connected to your spirit guides and helpers. So we'll bring that in. And for disconnecting and clearing our energy from other folks, we have Dalmatian jasper. We also have mahogany obsidian, which can help with releasing perfectionism and the need for approval from others. Shungite can help us to release stress, emotional pain, and energy blockages. It's very clearing. It also helps to, if you're someone who's feels the impact of electromagnetic fields and they have a detrimental impact on you, making you feel either sleepy or seasick or paranoid. Those are all really common things. Shungite can really help you with that. It's also great for helping with physical recovery and, things like injury and surgery. So shungite. Yeah, there we go. Okay, thank you all for your patience. I'm going to go ahead in and do the thing that I do. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is and how to make the most of your session tonight. And while I do that, if you wouldn't mind helping lift the energy of where you are and the space that we're all sharing together, head on into the chat, hit the like button if you haven't already, and share anything and everything that you are grateful for. Anything that you're comfortable sharing in such a public venue anyway. I'll explain what Reiki is all about, and then we'll get into the healing. It's so good to have you all here today. Okay. So thanks again for your patience today with all of the technical glitches at the beginning, and we are running a little late. I know that this might be a little late on a school night for some of you, but thank you for sticking around, those of you who can. And if you can't, remember you can always watch the replay. It absolutely holds up. So, as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you would like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading with me, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, go on ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description along with all of my social media and a link to my email newsletter, which always is the first to know about sales and other cool things that I have going on. So, what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become kind of a general catch-all term for energy healing, but specifically, I work with Usui Reiki. This technique is founded by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan at a very kind of dicey time in Japan's history, where you could not be caught teaching anything that even looked a little bit like religion. And so this particular approach to working with this energy is very secular and very sacred. And I think that's why it resonates with us so much in the West. So what is the understanding of the energy in this practice? For that, we can look to the indigenous spirituality of Japan known as Shintoism, in which everything and everyone has a soul. And all of those souls are interconnected and interlinked. And it's thought that spirit, however you define it, whatever you feel is source, provides this life-sustaining energy to everyone and everything through this interconnectedness. And that this spiritually guided soul force energy, which is what Reiki translates to, is a part of everyone and a part of you right now. Your body, mind, and spirit work with it all the time to bring about the greatest balance and healing that it can moment to moment for you. Essentially, what I'll be doing tonight is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy source that everyone has access to and direct more of it to you to support your mind, body, and spirit to do all of the beautiful things that they're already doing in an even bigger way. So, during the session, you may have some physical sensations. Emotionally, you may notice some feelings rise up or get released. You may have, on a mental level, some ability to kind of think some things through that you haven't been able to resolve, or to hear your subconscious. Or on a spiritual level, you may get some clarity, a deep intuition, or just a sense of resolution and peace. It'll probably be a beautiful combination of all of the above, and you may or may not fall asleep and take a nap. So definitely set your alarm clock now if you're planning on heading to bed after this. During the session, you don't need to do a single thing. I generally suggest that you just find a comfy spot to lay down, sit up, whatever you want to do. But you don't even have to stay still. If you want to take a few stretches, if you want to journal, whatever feels right for you in this time is absolutely perfect. And there's no wrong way to do it. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind quiet or silent. Whatever state you're in, the Reiki will greet you there. And it's absolutely a blessing to be able to share it with all of you tonight. I've been teaching Usui Reiki for nearly 15 years now, and I absolutely love it, and I love every opportunity to share it that comes along. One of the other cool things about Reiki is that it's not bound by the same dimensional rules that humans are. So we can only be in one place at one time. Not the case with Reiki. So if you're watching this live, lovely. If you're watching this in the future, you're going to have just as fun and healing a time. And for everyone who's here live, if ever you feel like you could use a little bit of Reiki and I'm not live, go ahead and check out our past healing live stream playlist. It's about 340 videos deep that you can just pick a grid in the thumbnail and just go ahead and enjoy the healing. The Reiki will come through whenever it is that you find that video, because Reiki is everywhere you are. So Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure. I am here 5 times a week live, same days, same times. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss an opportunity. And you can set your watch to it. All the days and times are listed in the description. So thank you so much for being here. The session will last about 25 minutes, and during that time, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that the lights will move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up. If you would like to learn more about our musical creator, she's awesome. Check her out at the bottom of our description. You can check out her YouTube channel and her website so you can purchase some of her music for yourself. So thank you again so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'll be back at 4 p.m. East Coast US time. So let's go ahead into that grid and get into the healing. Oh, and at the end of the 25-minute session, I'll reopen the chat so you can ask any questions or share any experiences, and I'll be more than happy to help you. If you have questions that you think of later, go ahead and reach out to me through my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. I love all of the support and love and everything in the chat. Catherine, Goddess of Four, Malin. Oh, congratulations, Malin. Yeah, you're definitely in the right place. Lots of love. Lots and lots of love. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start sending that Reiki. And just remember, there's no wrong way to enjoy this. You can move around, anything. If you get distracted and you feel like you need to get reconnected to the Zen, just take a deep breath in and out and you'll sink right back into the session. Enjoy it, and I will see you all in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. If you need to move your fingers and toes or stretch, go right ahead. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening, and thank you so much for being patient through the technical glitches at the beginning of the stream. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. You're so welcome, Catherine and Hart. Oh, Jenny, you made it in. I hope you're doing well. The kitties are right next to me, currently cleaning each other. You're so welcome, Martha. All the best to you. And if you have any questions, go ahead and place them in the chat. I am working on the tarot for all 12 signs for August, so those will be up this week. So keep an eye out for those. Thank you, Vincent, and thank you for being here. Lots of love to you and Cora Carr. Talk soon, Hart. You're welcome, T, and you're welcome, Jenny. For grads and students of mine, the Reiki share for this week is Thursday at 6 p.m. and it'll be done at 8. So you are welcome. It's the usual Zoom login. Aw, thank you, Key. The energies on the board and from my hands go out to all the people viewing. All the people viewing, Melon. And also you can watch any of the old past live streams and continue to get energy from those as well. Yeah. Yeah, so you can be here live or not. Of course, it's more fun live. I enjoy having everyone here live. But I know there's lots of folks who, through time differences and schedule differences, it's not so much the thing. So they usually watch on the replay. Oh, Chris, you just woke up. Gotcha. Oh, Martha, I'm so glad that the Libra Tarot for July was helpful. Thank you. Yep, it's true. And a lot of times I'll have folks reach out to me like, I can't be at the stream next week. I'm traveling. Can you include me? Absolutely. Absolutely, I can do that. Yeah, Reiki is a whole fascinating subject, and everyone that works with Reiki uses it differently, understands it differently, approaches it differently, and I feel like that's a good thing. It's, the very essence of life, so we shouldn't all feel the same way about it. One thing that's for sure, though, is it causes no harm. So you can use it alongside everything. You can be here for whatever intentions you have, and it's just going to be helpful in some way. certainly causing no harm. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating. I realized like earlier this month that it was 18 years since I was very first initiated into Reiki. And it's like, it's been so monumental to me. Have a wonderful night, Chris. Have a wonderful night. Thank you again for your patience. And all the best to you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start bringing the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. Absolutely have a joyous week. Oh, and look, we have a visitor. Do you want to come up and say hello? Oh, yeah, Baba. Oh, it's Hattie. It's a Hattie cat. You want to give the purrs? How you doing, little butt? Did you have a good nap? Yeah, you had a good nap. Awesome. Kitty time. Aww. Aw, thank you, Martha. And thank you, Vincent. Yeah, everybody that's been a student of mine, whenever you studied with me, if you want to get your practice in, I do. Once you take a class with me, you're always welcome into the weekly Reiki shares. And it's just for my students and grads right now, and it's on Zoom. And this week it's on Thursday. It's on Thursday at 6 p.m. So always ongoing practice, because that's how we learn anything, right? But I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I will return tomorrow at 4 p.m. East Coast U.S. time for my next stream. Thank you so much again. Take care and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.